Hi, can you see me, Zeba? Can you hear me?
I can hear you and I can see you.
All right, perfect. Great, great.
Can you hear me and
Yeah,
see
yeah,
me?
I can hear you very clearly. Yeah.
Okay, let's
So,
do it.
all right. So, first of all, Zeba, it's a pleasure to have you and, to have the insights of a chocolate expert, and you've been in this chocolate field for so long. It's amazing to have you. And, for the viewers who have myths about chocolate, I thought this would be a really nice way to clear some doubts. So, welcome and look forward to this podcast with you.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Okay, so my first question to you was chocolate, it's renowned globally, you're an expert in it. So, what are the benefits of certain types of chocolates, how it can be beneficial in terms of health as well?
So, chocolate is not a medicine. That's the first thing to note. But you
Right.
can choose the right kind of chocolate and you can actually enjoy its mood enhancing benefits, its good quality benefits. So let me begin. How do you choose a good kind of chocolate? Make sure you read the ingredients. Make sure you choose a chocolate with cocoa butter. That's really important. If you want to go a little more deeper, then you can make sure you choose a chocolate which has been made from the bean to the bar by chocolatiers world over. The third way to choose a chocolate is preferably if you're trying to stay fit, if you're looking for certain good qualities that are inherent to a good chocolate, make sure the chocolate you pick up is a dark chocolate. Any variant over 75 or 85%. So these are the simple ways you can choose a chocolate which is real, which is made very specially by a bean to bar chocolate maker, and which is a darker variant.
Okay.
What are the good qualities of a chocolate? So you can have mood enhancing benefits because chocolates bring out the chemicals like serotonin, which is a happiness quotient, endorphins, which bring about a feel good way of feeling. Um, so you can, chocolates do this for you.
Okay.
Also, chocolates is said to be really high in antioxidants. The darker the chocolate you have, the more sure you are of eating the right kind of chocolate.
Okay.
Antioxidants, flavonoids, olymphenols, polyphenols, all of these are anti-plaque forming chemicals and ingredients which are inherent in a good quality dark chocolate.
Okay.
And these don't form plaque in your heart. Of course, it's not a medicine. So be careful that you eat everything in moderation and under the guidance of a physician if you have a, like a cardio issue or if you are diabetic.
So, also, I wanted to know, like, you've built a chocolate career and you've been in this field for so long. How did you start this journey? What made you incline towards this industry? So, if you can just
So
share a little bit on that.
I did not start the chocolate Siddhant. The company was started by my granddad in 1939, one of them,
Okay.
and one of them in 1946. He created a small unit that created chocolate, that made chocolate. And this unit was primarily created as a service to the society where he lived to give jobs and career opportunities to those who wanted to build a career without an education and without any particular skill. So he was really a leader in that field, and I like to believe that I'm doing my best in his footsteps. Um, how did I get into chocolate and all of that stuff is I grew up in chocolate. I got curious about chocolate. I love physics and my quest for science held me well because I studied the weather effects on chocolate, humidity effects on chocolate, heat effects on chocolate, the entire process of creating a chocolate in a tropical place, in a tropical climate, is completely different than if you live in a cold climate.
Got it.
So it really is a lot about studying where and how you live, and the area, the humidity. It's a lot of science. It's a
Right.
lot of science.
Right. And also they say, like we've been hearing it from childhood that, a chocolate can change your mood. You can have mood swings, you can be sad, you have so many emotions, but if you eat a chocolate, you're automatically at a happy space. What do you think about that? What is your take on that?
So that's the inherent quality with chocolate. It is more psychological than physiological. Actually,
Got it.
chocolates do bring about a chemical reaction kind of situation to pump up the serotonin, the happy quotient, the endorphins. It gives you a feeling, of a spurt of energy. And when you get that spurt of energy, it kind of lifts you up and makes you feel a little more productive and happy. If you eat chocolate, it enhances your mood. Imagine when you gift chocolate to someone, their mood gets enhanced as well. And that is
Right.
why it is akin to be like bringing about this romantic, kind of environment when you gift chocolate. So, yeah, you're right.
Right. Also, Zeba, I know that you've written books and you're an author. And if you would like to share some light on that in terms of what is the advice in the books you've mentioned, or what are the key benefits of chocolates in the book which you have written, if you'd like to share something on that with the viewers once.
So, I have written 3 books on chocolate. One was for Cadbury, 70 recipes for Cadbury. The other book was for Stemmelt America. It was recipes pairing apples and chocolate. The third was recipes for homepreneurs who want to whip up something in their kitchen for their families, Sunday lunch, for children in their snack box. So that was really important for me to make chocolate not intimidating
Right.
to people, to make chocolate accessible and easy. And the mantra of whatever I talk, whatever I share, whatever I write is actually to make you understand chocolate better. So
Right.
just you, it's non intimidating, easy for you to convert into something delicious, and and know what you make and know what you eat. That's the
Right.
purpose.
And also, you've been an international judge, in terms of chocolate. What is your take on the current trends changing in the chocolate industry in terms of business as well as health benefits?
So, in terms of business, it's more about awareness about chocolate. Uh, there is a whole wave about bean to bar chocolates, and this growth of bean to bar chocolate makers. It actually begins with sustainability with the farmers. It's
Right.
how you can sustain and pay the fair price to the farmer for growing chocolate. That's not a cheap place to grow in any way. And um, so the bean to bar chocolate makers have created chocolate which are very special, very exclusive. You will find varieties of slow roasting, low roasting, low fermentation, high fermentation, no fermentation. So this is a new wave of experimenting with chocolate in various stages of fermentation and roasting. The second thing is a lot about ingredients. So the pairing of chocolate is extending beyond the nuts, beyond fruits, has moved into herbs, has moved into even various kinds of mushroom, various kinds of insects in many countries where they consume insects. So the whole wave about chocolate is sustaining at the farm level, changing the way you perceive chocolate, making you explore different kinds of fermentation, roasting, and taste. So it's
Got it.
really fantastic.
You know what, Zeba, all these insights which you're giving is so valuable because I know I've got a sweet tooth, and when I had type 2 diabetes, I know it was a very tough journey, to sacrifice something which you love. And but what it made me realize that if I had balanced it out in the beginning, you always come to a trigger point where you when you want to change. But I wish I wouldn't have come to that. So it would give me a more and I believe that if you do anything now in terms of balancing your entire diet, and you can eat everything, but in moderation, I think there's no harm. In terms of, people have the myth that don't have chocolates or don't have sweets. I think if you balance it well, I think that is the main key ingredient, I guess.
So the
So,
truth about eating chocolate again comes back to the first sentence: know what you eat.
right,
Choose the right kind of chocolate, that which is made with cocoa butter. Secondly, make sure you choose a darker variant because it contains better properties. It contains less sugar. It probably contains no milk if it's a dark chocolate. And all of this is really good. The second thing to note is where to stop. I mean,
correct,
of course, if you're in a binge mood and it's one of those things, you binge, okay. But how do you satisfy your craving? How do you satiate yourself? Again, is by choosing the right kind of chocolate and infusing the right kind of nuts that suit you. If you don't have nut allergy, the right kind of dry fruits that suit you could be dry anjeer, dried prunes, dried blueberries. All of this is high fiber, antioxidant friendly. So when you choose the right kind of chocolate, you don't even crave more and more and more. You will find this difference, and it's a little experiment. Try a delicious sticky toffee centered chocolate as opposed to a lovely 80% dark chocolate loaded with macadamia, which is full of the good oil. I
right,
promise you, in 20 grams, the macadamia chocolate will really satisfy you. Whereas you probably would want to consume the entire 45 or 60-gram bar full of the sticky toffee. And the
okay,
other trick is chocolate is not to be consumed like fast chocolate. It's like
okay,
slow chocolate. Eat it with awareness and mindfulness. Every bite that you have, you know, let it melt, enjoy it. So that's when you get the flavors, that's when you get the note, and that's when you actually allow your body to experience chocolate and it gets satisfied. Trust me.
right, right. Also, there people say that, dark chocolate is very good for you. Why do people say that? What is the logic behind dark chocolate? If I would like to understand a little bit, that, today, if you have any kind of health issues, or you have any yeah, they say that dark chocolate is one kind of chocolate which is good for you. So, what is your take on that?
So that's exactly what, like, I talk about, I share, and I always try to bring awareness to the consumer, to the audience, to my friends, everyone, my family. So basically, when you consume dark chocolate, the other component, one is chocolate mass, the other component is sugar and cocoa butter and other ingredients like vanilla, etc. The darker the chocolate you choose, 75%, say 25% would be sugar, cocoa butter, etc. When you choose 80 to 85%, it brings down the sugar component only to 15% with other ingredients. The lesser the sugar, all of us have read it, the better it is for you to
Right,
eat less sugar. So that is the first check already. When you eat less sugar, the rest is the cacao mass and the cocoa ingredients. Cocoa ingredients bring about a feel-good factor. They are known to have high antioxidant properties. It's known to have anti-plaque properties, um, flavonoids, serotonin, all the good feel-good chemicals, all the really good magnesium, iron, zinc for fatigue, for weakness. So it has a lot of really interesting components. Now,
right,
basically, yes, to achieve it so that it gives you the anti-plaque benefits, you probably have to eat a lot of chocolate.
Right.
Now, no one wants you to do that. What I believe is for everyone to understand, chocolate is not medicine. But if you choose the right chocolate, it's not taboo. So if a person has diabetes, then what one needs to eat is 100% dark chocolate without any sugar, but add in the sweetness that you're allowed. Add in the dry anjeer, add pine nuts, add pistachio, which has high protein, add macadamia, hazelnut, almonds, cashews, which have high fat oil, add blueberries, add ginger, depends on the mood, what you wish to eat. Make sure all the fruit is not crystallized. So when you add a little bit of chocolate, little nuts and some anjeer, prunes, blueberry, all of this which are usually allowed by a physician, the flavor that you actually reach is fantastic because it's loaded with fiber, it's loaded with the good fat, it's loaded with chocolate. So it's
Basically to play, yeah. So basically you're saying to play with the ingredients. So
you
once you
always
play
need
with
to
the
know what you eat.
right.
Right.
Because that's what I did in my journey as well also. I didn't kill my cravings. If I'm craving a pizza, so what I used to have the ragi roti with homemade tomato puree and then put tofu instead of cheese. So I used to keep trying different elements in terms of my own journey as well. So what you said is completely true. And, I think
Yeah.
this is something which a lot of people don't know. And, in terms of our podcast, I think it'll clear a lot of myths and queries which anyone would have. So thank you so much. Zeba, I would like to ask you one last question. If one advice you would like to give the youth of
Please do.
today, you know, in the one advice you would like to give the youth of today, like in terms of what is how to balance themselves, how to, come of a journey where, everything they can do in moderation. So any kind of special advice to the youth, to the children of today, a message from your side, what would you like to say?
So basically, to the youth of today, if you're getting into making chocolate, be aware of what you really want to do. It's easy to get into the food industry because food is here to stay, and everyone, every age is going to love food. To sustain your business in chocolate, you will need ancillary products, complementary products, products which enhance your bakery or your chocolaterie. Create a bakery line as well, create a cake line, create a cookie line, and a bread line. So you have a
Got it.
whole basket for those youth who want to eat chocolate. Know what you eat, watch your ingredients. There is no shortcut to fitness.
Right.
You by dieting is not going to get you fit. Eat what you like mindfully with a completely being clued in, but also swim or work out or do yoga, get your steps in, whatever works for you and floats your boat. So that's my advice for the youth.
Thank you so much for all the insights, Zeba. It was such a lovely chatting with you to get to know more knowledge. I could also now educate my children in terms of the knowledge which you've shared with us and the viewers. So thank you so much and look forward to seeing you whenever I'm in Bombay.
I
And
look forward.
yes, thank you so much once again. And I hope everyone watching has also learned so much now who had myths about the chocolate industry. So hearing it from the expert itself, it's such a nice thing. And thanks once again, Zeba. It was a
It's my
pleasure
pleasure.
having you.
It's my pleasure, Siddhant. Thank you for having me on
Take-
board.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.